Alright, so here's the overall room. Quite a lot in here. These two cages I'm actually planning on having removed here in a bit once I cut down the numbers a little bit and once the babies are adopted out. So we can just start over here in this cage. We've got 3 boys. There's Joker, Ragnar, and Simon back there. These are the 2 boys I'm looking to adopt out right now. First to the top. Let me try to set this up here real quick. See if I can get you guys a better shot. Here they are, and here is their cage. I do need to change their box out because that is a little bit dirty now. This is Ragnar. One of my big squishy boys. He's the dad to Rose's babies. This is Joker, sniffing Miss Neo through the bars over there. He got his name for his little half smile over here on the side of his mouth. Saw him and I couldn't let him go. And this big boy right here is Simon. He's going to be paired with one of my Russian blue girls, Ducky, for the next round of breeding. And that will result in the first generation of Siamese babies here. It'll be the 2nd generation overall. But that's those boys. And if you did wanted to see, this is just the stuff that I have hanging from their lid. They've got that half cube there. They've got a little tunnel and then a spider web basket that I got from Dollar Tree. Back there is a little chew toy from Walmart. It's like a little rainbow popsicle stick thing. It's only like $2 or $3 or something like that, and perfectly safe for the ratties. The dyes, they use food coloring on them, so not going to be harmful at all. And then we've got the next cage over, which has several of my ladies in there. Sorry, trying to get this down one-handed. There they are. Sorry for the bad lighting as well. There's unfortunately not a window in here, so I can't get natural lighting in this room. But this one is Miss Ducky. She's the one that I'll be pairing with Simon. This right here is my Miss Twister. I'm still determining which male I'll be pairing her with. This one here is Miss Candy. She, along with Twister, came from Clifford Sisters Rattery in Iowa. Made a trip over there for them. This one here is Miss Sharptooth. She's a little more nervous. Trying to work with her to see if I can get her calmed down enough to possibly adopt her out. It wasn't my plan to keep her, but seeing as she was a little more nervous than her siblings, I wasn't comfortable adopting her out at the time when the rest were going. They're all trying to escape. This lady here is also another one that I got from Iowa from a different breeder, Little Paws Rattery. Her name is Pyror, and she will be bred with the next round of breeding as well, and she will be paired with Finley. Hang on just a moment, one of the girls. Alright, all back under control for the time. Oh, we got another one. Come here. I just ended up putting those girls back in. It's hard to keep 6 girls under control with only one hand and a phone in the other. This one right here is my retired couple. It's Ashky and Val, so I'll get them out real quick for you guys to see. And here they are. Here's my sweet lady Val. She's just a big old squishy girl. And then this right here is my big boy Ashky. He is one of my favorites. Always has been. Always will be. He was from my very first litter, and as soon as I saw him, like before his eyes were even open, I knew he was going to be one of my keepers. I was only planning on keeping him and one other female, but I ended up keeping five babies from that first litter, two of which were runts. One was disabled and only had 3 legs. She lost one of them whenever she was younger, but unfortunately she just recently passed away. I haven't made a post about her or anything yet, but it was one of his sisters, and then his mother was Sylvie, and then his other sister was Minnie. His 2 brothers are still alive, but unfortunately it seems like the females have been having shorter lifespans than the males, which from what I've read is pretty typical since the females are more prone to tumors and cancers. So I'm working to hopefully save up enough money to spay and neuter all of my females once they're done breeding, or if they're going to be pet only, then have that procedure done early enough to where it'll help prevent almost all of those hormonal tumors that pop up later in life once they're no longer fertile. What you doing, buddy? Well, I'll put them back and then I'll move to the next cage and show you guys some of my other ratties. Got a baby looking at the phone. I just wanted to show you guys real quick. I've got it sitting on top of their cage and he's just staring right at it. Thought it was cute. These are the next ratties I have. This is actually the pair of females that I've got available right now. This one right here, this little lady, is a retired breeder. Her name is Ivy. She's an agouti, just English Irish, I almost said double Irish. And this one right here, she's also a retired breeder. She came from Niche Critters, and her name is Akello. She's self-black. Ivy here is from my own lines. She's a 2nd generation. These girls are due for a cage touch-up since they decided to tear everything down that I had in here for them. But not a big deal. It only takes about like 45 minutes to do these cages, which is the reason why I switched over and built all these bin cages. Much easier to keep up on, and they're a lot cleaner than the big metal cages that have a bunch of urine and stuff that can get stuck in between all the bars and all the pieces stuck together. But here are these 2 ladies. Ivy's just over a year old, and Akello, I believe, is about 9 months old. I can't find her papers. I'm not sure where my binder went. Somewhere in the move. Somewhere around here. But they're both still young, and lots of love. She's giving me kisses right now. They're both playful, very loving, and super chill for females. Most females are a lot more active, as you guys saw with the first cage of females that I showed you. They were all over the place and had to be put back. But alrighty, on to the next cage. Here are my next ladies. They're a pair of senior girls that I've got, and they're actually currently on a diet, because both of them, even though they're fed the exact same thing as the rest of the rats, have become pretty overweight. They've not been given any extra treats or anything, but as you can see, she's a pretty big girl, as is her sister. Somebody actually came over last time when they were visiting the rats and asked if these 2 were pregnant. But no, they're just big girls. And their brother is as well, so I don't know, it might be just something genetic with them, because their mother was quite a big rat. So it very well could be just their genes they're only on the lab diet blocks that I have right now, which I'll show you guys here in a bit after I'm done showing you all the cages. But this one's Widow, and this one's Miss Webb. She, when she was a little bit smaller than what she is now, was a super big climber, big jumper, and we couldn't decide on names for these two for quite a while. They went through a couple different names, but we decided to stick with Widow and Webb, for Black Widow, and then, you know, Webb. Jumping spiders, and, well, jumping spiders I guess don't have webs, but she acts like a little spider. Is where we were getting at with those names. But they're almost 2 years old now. And getting to be some of our senior ladies. Still have plenty of time left with them though. Here's one of my temporary cages. I have 3 boys in here currently while I'm saving up to get another cage like that for them. They're doing just fine in here, thankfully. Sorry about the shakiness, trying to position this with one hand. So thankfully there haven't been any scuffles or anything like that. The platinum male there is a little bit more of a nervous boy than what I would like. He still does pretty well with being picked up and everything, but he kind of runs. So I'm trying to work with him. He's definitely come a lot farther from where he was. He came from Iowa as well. He's actually from one of my lines. Ashky is his uncle, cousin, something, I can't remember. They're related, but actually I'd be his uncle, sorry. I can't remember if I apologize for this or not, but I'm still sick, a little under the weather. Weather. And there's a good example there. I'm not feeling the best. This winter's been hitting me pretty hard. Unfortunately, I don't get sick as much, and it's been one after another for me this winter. But these 3 boys in here, this one's Cherry. This one right here is Littlefoot, and he's kind of got some learned nervous behavior. I feel like once I have him in with some of my calmer boys, my goal is to have him in with these 2 right here once I have that bigger cage built. They're a bunch of clowns. But to hopefully curb some of that nervous behavior, because he does really well once he's separated, especially from Cherry. This guy right here, his name is Enty. He's another ratty that I got from Iowa. He has a little bit of learned nervous behavior from Cherry as well, so trying to break him of that. But I feel like all 3 of the boys, they just need a little bit extra work, and they'll do just fine for me. Still trying to determine if I'm going to be breeding Cherry or not due to his more nervous nature. But the other 2 boys, well, Littlefoot for sure, or no, sorry, Enty for sure is going to be bred, but I'm still determining for Littlefoot and Cherry. Littlefoot's a great candidate, but it's just simply I don't know if I need him in my breeding program. I feel like I've got other males that would be able to do what I need from him, so he'll probably be available here soon if I decide that I don't need him. And Cherry, I don't know, I'll just have to see how he develops, if I feel like he would be suitable for another home, or if he'll just have to stay with me, which would be fine, because he's such a handsome boy. Sorry about the shakiness. But yeah, these 3 chunkies. Play fighting in the igloo. Alright, well, on to the next cage. And we're on to Dusk and Finley. These boys are the absolute sweetest things ever. Sorry. Try not to get my charger in the way, my phone's about to die. so I'm trying to charge it. But they come right out. Super big kissers. As you can see right there, lots and lots of kissies from Mr. Dusk. He is the father to Neo's babies, which are right next door in that cage. She decided to chew through one of my bins, so we had to move her to a chew-proof, fully metal cage. And this right here, you can't really tell in the lighting, but he is a beautifully colored blue boy. Little Rex, super, super great coat with all those little tight curls. At least a great coat in my opinion. I'm not sure how he fares with show quality standards, but he's overall my perfect rat. Especially with his little ears. He's got some great ears if I can position him. Oh, I can't get it to focus. You're not gonna stay still for everybody? Well, for those of you who will be coming over to visit, you'll be able to see him in person. And again, sorry about the lighting, but I can only do with the, the light bulb on the ceiling. That's all we got in here.